Hey everybody, my name is Serena Anderson, connecting you to your soul. And today we did a wonderful video, a panel video, talking about the event, this ascension process, what that means, and what our take is on it from the information that we've been getting and also that we have been coming to understand. I hope that you find it useful and informative. Love to hear your experiences with this process as well. You can also find me at serenaanderson.com if you would like to connect with me, or if you'd like me to help you to connect with yourself more through this ascension process and learning more about who you are and what you are. But anyways, enjoy this video. And if you have any questions that come up, I would be happy to check those out and see how I can help you. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video today. Enjoy.
In a chat together, divine messages may come through, insight may come through in all different forms, but we're going to be sharing and talking about the thing called the event. And if you're new to this, this is the first time you've heard about the event, you may be thinking, what in the world is that? What are we talking about? So I wanted to share a little about what that is, right? What is that? What's happening? And there was some of my past videos that I talk about it, so you can definitely check those out. But what's happening is there is like an energetic wave, multiple waves coming towards the earth, and have been happening now since about March, maybe even sooner, but it seems like the collective out there that's talking about this wave says that it has started in March. We've been feeling this wave. It's energetically coming. And what it is like, another way to put it, it's a pathway to enlightenment. It's helping every single one of us on this planet to shed away the things that no longer serve us, to really understand who we are and what we came to this planet to do. Another way of putting it, it is a shift in consciousness. So you may hear people talking about it as a shift, an event, an awakening. It is rising us up to a different level, if you will. And in fact, I even heard someone say, let me look at my notes here, everyone is leveling up, or everyone is up leveling. And so that's what's happening. That's what this event is all about. Let's see. I had a beautiful experience, a couple of weeks ago, where I was doing an introspective hypnosis session, and we called in Archangel Michael to answer a few questions. And one of the things that Archangel Michael had described this event as was a play. It is a play, and it is unfolding, it is happening, it began, there's going to be a middle, there's going to be a crescendo, he says, and so it's ongoing. And from the sounds of things, from meditation, from prayer, from insight, from divine knowledge, from hypnosis sessions, coming in and speaking to over souls, higher selves, things like that, we are in the knowing that this is taking place over the next 3 and 4 years, maybe even longer. We're not sure. We're not here to place any timelines on this event. We're not here to state dates on this event. It is what it is, and everything is happening in divine timing. The nice thing is that we are very reassured that it has already begun, it is happening, and it is affecting all of us in positive ways. It is all about bringing love into this situation of our lives, each and every one of our lives. It's shifting us, it's waking us up, it's releasing what no longer serves not only us as an individual, but us as a collective, as the world. It's bringing us into a state of oneness so that we can begin to remember what we came here for. So let's see, do I want to say anything else yet? I think I got it all. So without further ado, who are we? We are a great, amazing panel. I'm super excited to introduce. I have Serena. She's joining us. Serena, if you watched my introspective hypnosis sessions, the last two that I just recently did, she was my guide in that experience. And so very excited to have her. She has done other intro hypnosis sessions since then and before then. And so she will be sharing with us some things of her personal experiences, but also things that have come out of new discoveries from these sessions. And I'm also really excited to share with you Penny. Penny is one of my New You program graduates, and we call them the Master Saints. Now, once they have figured out who they are, that's what my program's all about, figuring that out. And I'm so proud of Penny because she really put in 100%, if not more, into really understanding who she was. And she has come out of this program able to help others in this world on a bigger scale. And she's actually being able to channel a beautiful ascended master. If you're new to that term, ascended masters are people like Jesus. And so I will leave that up to her to share more about that with you. But I'm so proud to have her as well because she has another different perspective and insight that she's able to receive. In fact, when she was going through my New You program, she and I were both starting to have visions and knowings about a wave, and her and I were both like, what is this? Is it water? Is it like something to do with the ocean? You know, we were like listening on that part. And so very excited because she was in on that new information as it was coming to her as well. And then for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Stacie Overman. I'm a spiritual guide. I'm a co-creator in positive change. I help and specialize in people that have experienced a near-death experience in life or very traumatic experiences in life that have caused awakening symptoms to start happening in your life. Maybe you're seeing loved ones on the other side of the veil. Maybe you are experiencing anxiety because of all of this stuff. So I help them to understand what they're going through, navigate that, find out who they really are, and help them get on track to doing what they came to this earth to do and finding out what their soul purpose is. So thank you for joining us, and I'm excited to share more about this event, about this pathway to enlightenment. So, goodness, Serena, would you like to chime in? I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Yes.
Unmute you.
Thank you.
Welcome, Serena.
Hello. Well, thank you so much for having me on today. Very, very grateful for that. I think that what's really important and what has been coming to me and through me is that people need to trust this process, and it is an individual process. It all depends on where you are at and what you are able and capable of transforming into to go to the fifth or fourth dimensions. And this is, like I said, an individual basis. And I've heard from some of my clients that have come to see me. It was the end of March, and they had traveled several hours to come here to see me in person and have a session. And she's like, it's the end of the month. The event, it's happening. I think something's going to be happening like within the next day or two. And but then I kind of felt and saw some discouragement of, but I haven't really seen a whole lot yet, and I really wanted to get booked in with you before the end of the month. And in her session, we learned that what I just shared, is that it's an individual level, and where she has grown in the last few months has been exponential from where she was a year ago and even just a few months beforehand. So trust this process, and it's about envisioning the new earth, envisioning this place, and that is what's going to pull you closer to it like two magnets.
Absolutely. And you know, it's interesting because there is a lot of talk about that we're going to this new earth. You know, we're in the 3D and we're moving to the 5D. And what I have found in my own meditation and my own research is it isn't necessarily that we're going to a new place, right? It's not like, oh yes, the earth is like dividing and there's going to be this one and this one. That is not what I'm getting. What I'm getting is our perception, we ourselves are rising in our frequency and rising in our vibration so that we can experience this new us in a higher realm, right? In that 5D realm where it is more positive. But it doesn't mean that we're leaving the earth. I do not believe. It doesn't mean that we're leaving behind our loved ones, right? Like the Left Behind series that I loved years and years ago. Gosh, what was that, the 90s? I don't believe that we're separating. I think it's just literally just rising people up and leveling them up to a new level. Would you say that rings true with what you were talking about?
What I have heard is a duality of both. So in some sessions, there has been these visions of this other earth. And that some people have already left and are there. You know, you have to take everything with discernment. And this is a long-term play for the human timeline. I mean, we might be looking at, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years or more until this whole thing really, truly develops. So it's hard to say for sure exactly. And it's a process. And for the human construct, our time is very different from the galactic time frame. Because I have heard in some sessions that this earth is going to go through a cleansing period, and it's going to be shaking off and allowing people to choose where they're going to go and what they're going to do, and it's based off their belief systems and trusting. So, it might not be in our lifetime. But I've gotten mixed information, so I don't know how far in the future that was. So take it with discernment, but what I keep getting and what I'm being told is to visualize it and start rising your frequency. But the darkness that is here on Earth is going to be reduced over time. And again, we don't know how long this time frame is, and what other forces are at play with the planet. But it's about your belief systems, your thought process, and what you're holding true here, and your body, your mind, and staying centered and going within yourself. No true answers or any of this stuff about the event is on the outside. It may be in the future, but what I'm being told is it's on the inside right now. And that's where we need to focus.
Absolutely. Trusting and allowing, really trusting ourselves. But you really can't fully trust until you've worked on you and you've got all this other stuff out of the way, like the belief structure, right? The things that have hurt you, the things that are blocking you from your gifts and your true authentic self. And I want to just preface too that this video and any of my other videos about the event, this is not to cause any kind of fear. It's not to instill fear. It is completely the opposite. It is all about learning how to love yourself, learning how to go within, learning how to trust that guidance, And I encourage each of you to do your due diligence, research this event, do it. Not only like out here, with videos and all of that. That's awesome, and I'm glad you are and you're hearing it. But I'm talking pray, meditate, go within, learn about it, listen to your spirit team, and what do they say? Right? What do they say? Penny, let's have Penny chime in. I'd love to hear some thoughts from Penny.
Oh boy, there's so much. Because, one of the things that, Stacie just said is, I channel an Ascended Master, which means I have constant feed coming in from him. And, Zorro is an old teacher. In fact, he might, when you want to say, be one of the roots of Christianity in the Middle East. He lived sometime around, I would say, 600 BC is when we think that he may have lived. So he's been around a long time, and he's a fabulous teacher. I absolutely love him. And Zorro is we've talked a lot about this because, I started having, as Stacie said, in the middle of her program, it was crazy how fast, this Ascended Master came through. It was kind of like they were waiting, and the wave was coming so quickly that they just wanted to fast forward me so quickly to be ready. And so, I had a teacher, and all of a sudden I'm having pictures. For me, when I see the wave, I don't just see it as colors and rainbows. I was literally seeing, tsunami waves. Just big waves and being held up, and then I would look and I would just see faces I knew and faces I didn't know, and all of them had their hands up to the wave, exchanging energy, and so I saw other sensitives and psychics that I knew, and I just felt so comforted. And listening to these guys talk, one of the things I've been writing down Zorro's words while they were talking, and he said, this is something to have no fear with, and he's and the biggest thing is no fear, allow, heal, and open your heart. And he's this wave is for everybody. And he told me what the wave's going to bring. There are so many things that are going to happen with this wave. And some of the things that really were exciting to me is I saw a mass exodus of angels, in a good way, not falling, from heaven. And I could hear the choir singing, and I was this is Zorro's, why are you showing me this? And in the wave, some of the colors that people are seeing, you're actually seeing some of the angels. Their colors, are streaming behind them as they enter Earth. And there's a mass amount of them coming to walk in the flesh. They said, right now more than ever, oh, the chills, we need them. We need their presence. We need their healing. And so a bunch of them are coming in the flesh to walk amongst us. And that's a very good thing. And so some of them, that color you're seeing could actually be them streaking into our dimension. I don't see them, and I'm very clairvoyant. I've always been very clairvoyant, which means I can see spirit. I can also clairaudient. I hear, I see. But for me, I've been seeing golden doorways. And apparently I can manifest them. And I didn't know that. So one day I told Stacie this was hilarious. I was driving late at night, and I was pretty tired, so I thought maybe I was spacing out a little bit. And all of a sudden, it had started off days prior seeing little small golden orbiting circling gold, just energy. And I was well, that's kind of neat. That's different. I was I wonder if that's an angel that I haven't met. And so I'm driving down the road, and all of a sudden, about the size of an SUV is a great big golden swirling door, and I didn't know what it was at first, and I actually swerved and almost went off the road to avoid it. I thought I had spaced out and got the head-on car accident. And so then I realized, Zorro was calm down. He's that was not a car. And he's you need to be careful. He's he has always told me I have to watch what I think. I am have major ability to manipulate energy. And so he's you're opening doors. This is one of your gifts, is you're helping those angels in. And one of the things, I also met God. I'm throwing so much at you at once. I'm so sorry. But, God had told me that I'm going to whisper secrets in your ear that you won't remember now, but when it's time, you'll know, and you'll hear, and you'll understand. And one of those things finally came through, and he told me that I would open doors and maintain his bridge. And I was oh, what does that mean? And so then, of course, speaking with Archangel Gabriel and Zorro, they showed me a bridge that has come from heaven to here. And a lot of sensitives who are awakened are part of that bridge. And so are the angels. And we're helping to keep that bridge for them to get here. And so I'm really excited to be a part of that, and knowing that, that they're just here to help us. And a lot of things are going to change. So the thing I asked Zora was, well, what can we expect? Like, is there something that might be visible that we might notice? And like he said, angels will walk amongst you for once. And he said, new plants and medicines are going to come. He's like, we're bringing you more healing. You guys need more medicine. You need new technologies. And I spoke a lot with Uriel last night, Archangel Uriel, because he has like so much understanding of our technology. So that with the wave, I like to talk to Uriel about the wave a lot. And so like he was actually kind of humorous last night. He's like, basically, Penny, he's like, the wave is, the Earth is 4.5 billion years old. He's like, this is like iOS for the Earth. He's like, this is like version 4.5 billion. He's like, you guys need an upgrade. And he's like, some of the old stuff isn't working. There's too much darkness. There's too much falling away. And he's like, there's a time. He's like, we've got to bring you guys the hope, the light, the knowledge, the love that you guys need to like raise the vibration of the Earth. He's like, the chaos that we're seeing, like all these natural disasters that are way out of control. He's like, your vibration is so much lower than it should be. And he's like, and like God has always like, given me the impression is He never sent us here to be alone. He never sent us here to feel like you're here, it doesn't matter how bad it gets, deal with it, learn and come home. No. He doesn't want us, he doesn't like to see us fail, he doesn't like to see the lower vibrations. So God is trying to help. We're asking for help and He's sending it. So, but in order for that to happen, all of us need to allow. Don't be afraid of it. It's not, like people aren't just going to disappear, like Stacie and Sarah say, they're not going to disappear. But how you open up to it, and what your abilities are, and where your heart is that's how it will matter. That's how it's going to affect everybody. And I'm so ready for it. My heart is wide open. But like, so some people are disappointed they're not seeing some of the rainbows, and that's what I'm trying to tell people. I'm clairvoyant, and I'm not seeing vibrant colors. I'm kind of jealous because I'm like, well, doggone it, I'm clairvoyant. I want to see these streaking, beautiful colors, but I see doorways instead. Because it has to do with me. That's what my abilities are. That's what God needs me to do, is be a part of bringing those angels in. And I'm fine with that. That's my take, and I think that's pretty awesome. So yeah, don't be discouraged if you're not seeing what other people are seeing. That's their abilities. That's for them. That's somehow tied to what they're going to be a part of. So don't be discouraged. You'll see, just keep your eyes open. That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm seeing other things that are like, I think that's a sign. And even like seeing hearts change. Like people who have been hardened or kind of senile and seeing their heart changing is on things that they had never thought they would. There's another thing where I'm sitting ascension and I was like, well, that person's ascending. So yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of rambling, sorry. I just have so much knowledge on here, that they also said new teachers are coming to Earth to help us, and they're going to bring a certain amount of knowledge, and they're going to make sure that knowledge gets into the right hands. So I'm really excited about that too. I'm super excited for angels to be here, but also teachers, which means, again, that might be behind the new medicine and new technologies that we need to like also help our kind. So yeah, it's exciting.
That is exciting. I love that. I love that there's more help coming. And there's a lot of people that are saying, oh, I haven't seen anything. And I have so many people posting comments on my stuff. Well, that date came and gone and nothing's happening, and it just makes me think about the Noah's Ark, right? Like Noah heard, build the ark, build it. Build it. And everyone probably thought he was crazy, right? Like they're tootling up in their little cart or whatever they did or walk by. Dude, what's the cart? What's that for? Well, yeah, a lot of rain coming. Not. Right? Like, don't be that guy. Don't be that person. Don't be that gal. Like, we are all here saying that we've heard messages. We've gotten these messages. There's too many of us saying that we've heard something, felt something, know something, gotten something to poo-poo this. Like, this is amazing, and stuff is happening.
Yeah, the reason why it's not all happening at once, like even Serena said, some of this stuff will not happen in my lifetime. it's gonna be staggered out on purpose because they know humans can't handle it. Like we cannot handle like if all of a sudden everything just like like an explosion of light happens. I'm sorry, but people just can't handle it. They just can't. I mean, they'd be like building. I mean, who knows what we would do with that kind of like overload. I mean, they know this about us, and so they're making sure that like all of these wonderful things. And that's what I'm saying. It's like in my mind, I just saw people like building like weird things and statues and getting all confused and all what's happening.
Yeah.
Or again, the fear. Like some people, again, change is fear for so many people, and I used to be one of those people. But I just realized, this is a change that has been needed for so long. So I mean, I really like the small waves that are coming. Because like as small as that was, the emotions that I have felt from this wave have been just like, whoa. Because again, in allowing and opening my heart to it, I'm allowing this wave to heal me. And in order to heal, it's like digging up some of the ick inside of me, so that I can ascend. And it's like, you don't need this. Stop carrying this. Stop worrying about this, and it's like rising all that out of me. And so there's some days that I feel awful. People are just like, well, you need to feel good during an ascension? Well, yeah, you do, but it's work. It's work.
I mean, feel like you have the flu. Like, it can be very intense. I mean, it's releasing. It's turning up the heat and bringing the stuff to the surface that we no longer need. And so sometimes being in a pot of boiling water is probably not real fun feeling, It's like, okay, I'm dealing with it. Let's scrape it off.
Because that's also overwhelming, again, they have to stagger those waves so that we're not completely overwhelmed.
Right.
And so I mean, it's a beautiful thing. They're taking care of us, and they're here to take care of us. And I think to me, it's like a lot of prayers are being answered. You've been praying for help.
Yeah.
Well, here it comes.
Well, and I've had some people make comments, like, oh yeah, well, if you're the human race, they want somebody to step in and fix everything for them. And I don't think that necessarily it's like stepping in and fixing everything for us. I do believe that help is coming, enlightenment is coming, things are shifting, the dial is changing so that we can go within and fix ourselves. It isn't about, oh, God's going to come down and fix us all, or Source is going to come down and fix us all. It's not that. It's just shedding the light. In fact, I believe that there's two things happening with this event, and one is the outer shift, which is bringing light on all the corruption, bringing light on all the things that are not so good, right? We've created a quite big ball of mess here on Earth in all the years. I'm not saying just this lifetime, but we have created quite a big ball of mess. But we've also created a lot of wonderful, beautiful things too. So it's just bringing that outer shift and the light on that. So, I mean, some of the good things that is happening is global meditation. Like, that is a wonderful thing that's happening. In fact, in Serena and I's session, when we talked to Archangel Michael, and we asked, like, what are some of the things we can do to help? And he said, meditating in groups, like globally meditating in groups and being all in the same alignment of where our heart space is, right? So there's a lot of good things coming too that's causing a rise in this outer shift. And then the second thing, of course, is the inner shift. And so it's all about those negative aspects that we have to shed. And I call them, all that stuff that's in our little red wagon that we pull around and pull around and pull around in my program. And it's like, okay, how do we take a look at what's in that wagon? Do we even remember what's in that wagon? Have we opened that box recently? Because a lot of times we don't want to deal with it. We stuff it down and we think that it's just going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's blocking you from who your true authentic self is. It's blocking you from some of your gifts. You've got to heal from that. And so that inner shift is that inner work that we all have to do. And, Source and God, that whoever you call that, they're not coming here to fix it. But what they're coming here to do is wake us up, shift us, like, hello, we need a little shifting, when your teenage kid didn't want to get out of bed, how you go in and shake the bed, it's like, come on, hello, we're getting woke up here. And some of the other things that are happening with that inner shift is we're finding our balance. We're finding out who we truly are. And people are waking up faster. And, you know, for those of you that are new to that term, waking up or spiritual awakening, we all know inside our inner self, our higher self, our oversoul, we all know what we came here to do. It's about remembering. So waking up is about remembering who you are, what you came here to be, and we all have qualities that is going to bless everyone, qualities of being able to help change the world. Serena, did you want to chime in on that? Yes, go for it.
I would love to chime in. A few things that I would like to say is, I think in conjunction with what you ladies are saying, is that we are learning and understanding on a large scale with this awakening that we are energy. That this is all about energy. Angels are energy, God is energy, we're made of energy. Every single thing is about energy. And so it's not about a rescue. It is about removing this veil that has been put upon the people to think that they are powerless, they're controlless, they need to rely on the government, that if they were born with a certain genetic situation, that they can't change it, that DNA is set in stone. Epigenetics is showing us that that's not the case. We're learning that we can now access past life memories, which hasn't been hugely accessible to a lot of people. And now Dolores Cannon, that she's been doing it since the 60s. But it started to really change the dynamics. And what we need, because it's an energy force, is we have to have a mass consciousness and enough people on the same energy frequency, the same belief system, to really push it over the edge to make big things happen. So like Stacie's talking about with the meditation, the group meditations, the worldwide meditations, this is helping raise the frequency and vibration. We are vibration. They can actually quantify our magnetic field. And so this, I think, is a huge part of the wave, a huge part of this awakening, is that people are starting to realize that they have access to so much more information by going within and listening and asking for assistance and help. And what's happened with religions and these types of organizations is so many people have turned away from it. I don't even want to talk about God. I don't want to do, and this is helping to reestablish who we truly are. And it's not about going to a pope. It's not about going to, a man or a woman that runs a church to ask for forgiveness or to do whatever these religions have said. And it's about really going with inside yourself and forgiving yourself, because once you forgive yourself, you can forgive others. And I also wanted to share that in my personal experience with the waves that were very strong in March, which was the solar flares, and if you study some of the science, the scientists were saying, holy cow, we're seeing massive storms. It's huge. I mean, it's not just the spiritual community going, I'm getting this message and I think I'm getting this or that. It's the scientists that are saying massive storms.
And there was a theme going on. This is the worst ever XYZ.
Right.
Worst ever XYZ. Like, that was the theme.
Yes. And so when I had my hypnosis session, I started seeing mass amounts of energy coming through, and I was inside of the energy coming down. And in this particular one that I'm talking about, it was purple. And the practitioner says, let's find out why you're seeing this. What is going on? And I was being shown, you are part of that. we're more than just humans right here in this body. Our souls can be doing multiple things all at the same time. And when we sleep, we're not just taking a nap, sleeping at night. Our souls, our spirits, our subconscious mind never sleeps. And that's how it is like in hypnosis, when you go into your subconscious mind, which connects you to your soul, because that's where it resides and where you can communicate from. But anyway, in my session, it said this was part of your life mission. That's why you've had several near-death experiences. You have no clue why you keep living through these situations. Well, it's because, honey, you already said you were going to do this. We are going to protect you through anything that happens. And you're here to help anchor the light. And that's what I keep being told. Your mission is to anchor the light. And then I've had multiple other experiences with this, especially in March. It's slowed down a bit here in April, which I'm happy for because we're humans and we do need a break. But I was doing a lot of lucid dreaming when I was doing my meditations. For about 6 days straight, it was purple light, and then it turned to white light, and then it was pink light. And it was so powerful. And there were times during the day I would hear, "You need to go lay down now. It's time to anchor the light. You need to go lay down. It's time to anchor the light." And I'm like, wait, I got work to do. I got things to do. What do you mean? And it said, reschedule it right now. And what I found is when I didn't listen, I had a lot worse physical symptoms. But when I did listen, I would go and do my meditations. I would anchor this light and I would wake up and I was illuminating. So listen to your internal voice. And sometimes you need a session to get that connection, to really trust yourself more. But again, trust the process. Listen to that internal voice that's benevolent. That's the difference between your ego mind and the other voices. Is it helping me, or is it a fearful? So that's how you know the difference.
That's really, really a good point. You know, a lot of people are like, well, what do I listen to? And we do get involved with our ego and our mind, you know, that monkey mind that is usually doubtful, right? Usually if we're listening to our mind, it's doubtful. It's like I always tell people, drop down into your heart space. What does it feel like? What does it feel like? Does it feel negative? Does it feel positive? Like the benevolent beings, the God source, anything that's coming from that space is going to feel positive. It is never here to be fearful. It is never here to be anything to scare you. Like they're not going to do that kind of thing. So if you're in your place from ego and it feels scary, okay, don't listen to that. Now, there's another topic. I love how you said anchoring the light and listening to that. Now, some people are like, well, how do I hear my spirit team? I call them the spirit team because it consists of angels, spirit guides, loved ones, your higher self, source, ascended masters. I mean, the list goes on and on and on who might be helping you right now. And one of the things that we're here to understand is how to be a receiver. Like how to receive these messages, how to listen to these, how to remember how to do this. And so I even have some people in my program that get a little frustrated. They're, you know, about the third of the way through and they're like, but I'm not hearing anything. I'm not seeing anything. And so that is where I say, okay, dear one, it's time to meditate more. It's time to get out of your own head space, that own ego space, you know, because you have this expectation of what it's supposed to look like, an expectation of what it's supposed to sound like. Get out of that space. Learn how to receive, learn how to trust. And so many times we just need to sit in silence. Like even guided meditations are wonderful and music and all that's wonderful. And I love that. And that helps you get to that space. That's great. But there comes a time when you have to be able to sit in silence and just be with you. And sometimes that's hard to do. And when you get to that point, that's when you're going to be able to start hearing. That's when you're going to be able to start seeing or just knowing. I'm not saying that every one of us can see. And I'm not saying that every one of us can hear, but some of us just know things that we shouldn't be able to know. And like Serena's saying, like when you hear it, when you feel it, when you know it, I need to take a nap. They're talking to you, you know? I mean, how many times in our lifetime, before ever anything of the spiritual awareness has ever happened in our life, have we driven down the freeway and we know we're a little lead foot in it here, and all of a sudden you get this gut feeling that you should slow down, and thank God you listened, because woo-hoo, there's someone up there that might have given you a ticket, right? Because they're helping you out too, because they want you to be safe. But that's happened to me way before I understood my awakening. Those are your guides. Those are the people that are talking to you. You get that gut feeling. Listen to it. I love that. Seems like Penny had something she wanted to chime in there. Did you?
I was just gonna say, I had just on your Facebook page was just talking to a woman, you know, and she was telling me that, you know, that sometimes she's been withdrawn, you know, and I was like, sometimes I withdraw, and I was like, I have to, you know, and I told her, I was like, it depends how you're doing it, you know, and I mean, and one of the things I said that in my silence, and there's something that has to, you know, it's one of the things that Zorro has said to me, he's like, in silence, you will hear the whisper of God. And so I was just like, wow, you know, and it profoundly struck me, you know, in silence, you will hear the whisper of God. And it's true, you know, for some people are just really struggling to hear that spirit to connect to them, it's because you're just too connected to your physical body, and you're like, it's going to sound like this, and I'm going to hear somebody, and it's going to be male or it's going to be female. And they try so hard, they're trying so hard, they're blocking themselves from hearing it, you know. And I was like, you have to drop with all your expectations. You need to just stop, silence everything. Every time a thought pops up, I squash it. And I do. I literally like feel myself drop down into my chest and my breathing to a point where there's nothing happening, and all I hear is like I can feel my heart, I can feel my blood and moving, you know, and it's like I'm just completely one with my body, but not my mind. Because, you know, I've worked very hard to squash your ego and make sure it's like, you're not out. You're out right now. I'll listen to you any other time, but right now, I'm listening to somebody else. You know, and every time, you know, it's like Gabriel will pop in real quick, you know, or Zorro will, or one of my personal angels, Hannah, you know, just to let me know, like, hey, you know, we want to talk to you, because sometimes I feel bad. I talk so much to Zorro, I sometimes neglect my spirit team, and they're like, we're here too, Penny, still. He's not the only one teaching. You know, so, I mean, I have a good time with my spirit team.
So
That silence is good.
Penny's mentioned Zorro a few times, and just for those that you don't know, the Ascended Master, his full name isn't it Zoroaster?
Well, there's Zoroaster, but it's also Zoroaster, so sometimes I call him Zaru. It just depends what mood we're in when I'm talking to him. I think he prefers Zorro.
I thought that would be
Sometimes it's Zaru. Even Zaru. He's only answered either one. But Zorro is just like, he seems to like, he doesn't care. Names don't matter on the other side, which is another thing that when people want me to channel for them, they're just like, well, who's this? Time and names do not matter in heaven. They have little importance, you know, because they're not anything like here. And so sometimes, you know, Zorro's like, I don't care what you call me. I mean, you can call me Zorro. I like Zorro. Zorro's fine. Call me Zaru. Call me Bob. I don't care. And I'm like, okay, Zorro it is. I'm not going to call you Bob. But, you know, yeah. And I try to tell people, you know, names are not important. You know, like, if they want so hard to know that their guy's name, and they'll ask me if I can get it from Zorro sometimes, and I'm like, maybe. It depends on your guide. It depends if it's important. Because it's not important.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
I was gonna say, like you were talking about, Penny, that time and names don't matter on the other side, and that's why it's so important to not get so caught up in when is this going to happen, and you know, all this stuff. And Allison Coe has been amazing at sharing what has been going on in her sessions, but she says herself that she's trying to get a time frame by asking these certain types of questions and narrowing it down, but at the end of the day, what our timelines are in human years and what their timelines are, no comparison. So just focus on your internal self. The universe is inside of you.
Amen. And it really is. And the time thing is like they even like Zorro even like gets like I try to schedule a time with him. Like we'll come back at this time tomorrow, and he'll be like, he's like, I can do that, you know. He's like, that's fine. But it's like, but again, time to them is like eternity's past, you know, eons past. I mean, it's like nothing to them, you know. For us, if time seems to drag for some reason for us, and they're just like, yeah, we don't know what that feels like. We just don't.
Wow.
You know, another thing I think is funny too is emotions. Like angels and emotions is also another funny thing. They don't feel them the way we do. You know, so I remember sometimes just being sobbing hysterically and literally having Gabriel be like, "Dear one, this is not good. I don't quite understand like this level of drama." But just calm down. You know, I mean, they're very loving and sweet, but they don't really understand our drama either. At the same time, they're more just like, oh, humans. More wasted energy. Stop it.
Right? Oh my gosh. I thought I would share a couple of things that we might expect during these waves of emotions. We've mentioned a few of them, like Serena mentioned the weather, you know, the worst conditions ever kind of thing. We've already heard a lot of that. I think it's still going to continue to do that. I've heard that our winter months, even next year, are going to be pretty extreme. I'm a more summer love person, but I guess I better buckle up and buy some warm clothes. Health issues. People are experiencing more health issues, you know, aches and pains that they haven't normally experienced before. And that's all a part of this shift that's releasing things that no longer serve you. And also, I believe it is also a way of showing you the things you haven't dealt with, that the body is screaming, get it out, deal with me, heal me. Because a lot of times metaphysically you can tap into a certain part of the body that's ailing you, and it may not really have to do with anything physically that you've done to harm your body, but it's something you've stuffed down and need to deal with. And so taking a look at that or contacting somebody like us that can help you figure out what that meaning is going to be very helpful for you, because you could be going to the doctor over and over and over and they're like, I don't know what it is, I don't know what it is, because it's not anything that's really physical and tangible. It's more of an emotional thing that's stuck, and it's a low vibration in that area that needs released. Let's see, another thing is sleep patterns for many of us are very odd. You may, I know it's weird, but some of us may need to sleep a lot or often. Take naps if you're not a nap taker, and some of us may only be able to sleep 4 hours at a time. It's shifting for a lot of us. Since March, I've needed a little bit more sleep. Hopefully I can get back to waking up before my alarm again, but you got to go with the flow. You've got to take care of this body, because energetically there's a lot happening. And so know that whatever is happening for you is exactly what's supposed to happen. A lot of other things happening by people not having the ability to consume certain foods. And it does not mean, and I am not saying that you're supposed to be vegan or you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. Every single one of us is different. In fact, for myself personally, I am having a ton over the last probably 3-4 months issues of not being able to consume foods that I had been. So I am having this whole whirlwind of what can I eat? How do I eat it? And now I'm like on this kick of puree soups, and I'm just like, yes, I can have puree soup with all these veggies in the morning and lunch, and then I'll have substance food in the evening. So it's really strange, and it's different for all of us. So just know that it's affecting us all differently. So dairy, low vibration or heavy vibrational foods are probably a part of what's causing some of that, because we need to raise our vibration, and we are raising our vibration automatically. So if we're eating that dense, heavy food like meats and dairies, that can be affecting some of us. There's also a big increase, like Penny said, people seeing those rainbow clouds, which may be angels coming. That's exciting. People are experiencing more UFO connections. We're hearing a lot more of that. We're hearing a lot more of seeing things in the sky that we don't normally see. Just plain and simple, different things that we don't normally see. So that's pretty exciting. I actually captured, I want to say, right at the end of March, I think it was like the 26th or 28th, I can't remember. I was trying to take a picture of one of the rainbow clouds. Did not even see this with my naked eye. And I was going snap, 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 snap with the camera. And two of the last images captured this circle. And this circle was like a dark ring, which I have heard. I know you may think this sounds crazy, but I'm totally open because I got to be open-minded. I cannot get stuck in my old belief patterns, but it's like a portal. You know, whether that's a UFO ship coming in or going out, I don't know. I do not know. And I'm not saying that I'm prophesizing anything, and I'm not saying that that's what it is. I'm just saying I'm being open, because it's something freaking cool, and I've never seen it before. And I captured it on camera for a reason, and so obviously I'm supposed to talk about it. So there it is. And I have posted pictures on my Facebook page about it, so you can check it out. And then there's another guy, what is his name? Mr. B333 or something like that. I can't remember his YouTube channel. He's been posting a lot of crazy things that people are seeing in the sky. He actually took my photos, said they were amazing and similar to some other people's that have been submitted, and he posted them in his videos on YouTube. So I'm saying, you know, hey, there's something there. There's something there. We might not know exactly what it is, but there's something there.
I'm seeing the circles too, which is interesting, but mine are golden circles.
And there's a golden, yeah. And this looked like a puff of smoke, you know, and I've had a whole bunch of people say, oh, they've made those up, you know, you can man-make those, or those are from this or that. Well, that's fine, but this was different, and I'm pretty stoked. So, you know, you can be the person that laughed at Noah making his ark, and that's okay, because that's where you're at, and that's okay. I love you for it, and I'm going to send you love, and when something rocks your world, just you reach back out to me and you tell me all about it, because I can't. Let's see. Have I touched base? I want to make sure if I had any other notes that I wanted to share with you guys. The big thing here is working on you, finding out who you are, healing those past hurts so that you can share more of who your true authentic self is with others. Not getting stuck in those limiting beliefs, right? Like, that's where I was about 10, 12 years ago. I was stuck in those limiting beliefs, but I have been shown over and over experiences and things that I can't explain, you know, after my near-death experiences, battling cancer, losing loved ones. Like, I have been through the ringer. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that I didn't go through all that shit for no reason. Like, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm here, to share love, to share insight, and to help you understand who you are so that we can change the world. It is imperative, and no matter what your beliefs are, I don't care where you're coming from, if it, you know, whatever it is. But the truly most important thing is not to get stuck in those belief structures to where you can't be who your true authentic self is. And you've got to learn how to heal that. Whether you come to me for help with that, whether you go to Serena for help with that, whether you go to other beautiful light workers for help with that, I am just encouraging you, if you need help, reach out. Because there is a lot of us light workers here ready to help. We're ready to help. It's almost like I posted this picture the other day, and it was Archangel Michael, and it says sending in the reinforcement, and he was just like tons of angels behind him, right? Like, I feel like that's what's happening. It's like we are all stepping up. Us light workers, all three of us here, we're a part of, and it's funny because Penny talks about the gold circles and the gold doors. We're a part of this gold grid that is wrapping around the earth. Tap into that grid, tap into that love, Tap into that, because that is where you're going to get help. It is all about unity. It is all about oneness in consciousness. This world is no longer about lone wolves, right? We're not here to do this by ourselves anymore. We're here to go arm in arm, hand in hand, help each other. And it's not about building walls. It's not about that's yours, this is mine. It's about us and we, and how can we help each other, and how can we lift each other up. Whoa, and I just totally got goosebumps and chills, and I was like, whoa, all right, I must be on the path of where I'm supposed to stay here. But, oh, and I just want to cry all of a sudden. Holy smokes. It's about lifting up that person that needs lifted up. It's about seeing the soul of that person that is sat on the corner asking for help, and you walk by every day, and you walk by and you never say, I see you, I love you, I want to help you. We cannot leave these people behind. It isn't about really leaving them behind. I think I don't even know the word to use, but it is about seeing each other for who we are and seeing their heart. It is about lifting each other up, because we cannot do this by ourselves. We have to do it together. We have to do this together. It is about a oneness consciousness. We're all connected. When they hurt, we hurt. You know, I don't care if it's another country or another town or just the person on the street corner that is struggling. We all hurt when someone is hurting. And so we've got to come together, and we have got to be in that heart space, in that love space. We've got to get out of our head. We've got to get out of that thinking that I've got to strive to the top first. I got to be on the mountain. I've got to conquer it. And we got to carry each other with each other. We've got to help each other. We're a team. This is a team effort. Whoa, that was a little emotional. And you have a choice, love or fear. And you cannot do one or the other fully. You've got to let it go. You've got to let the fear go. Fear and faith cannot hold the same space. And so you've got to have faith, and you've got to drop into that love space. It is time to live your life on purpose. A lot of us just float. Oh, ping pong ball, we got bounced over here, we got bounced over here, we got bounced over here. Well, you know, let me just see how this feels. Well, that didn't work, let me bounce over here. You've got to learn how to live your life on purpose. What did you come here for? This is a play. Archangel Michael told us it's a play. It's like we hear the term experiment. Each of us came down here to participate in this experiment. This experiment is amazing. And there's so much love here. And we've gotten away from that amazing thing that we came here to experiment with, to be in the play. You know, give gratitude every day for your health, for being here. You know, when you get to go to the ocean, stick your feet in the ocean, stick your hands in the ocean, thank the ocean, thank the earth, thank them, because the ocean is cleansing you from the things that you no longer need. Thank you, Mother Earth, for doing that. Oh my gosh, if I could go to the ocean every day, I would be there. But remember to give gratitude. Everything happened for a reason, and everything was placed here so that you could participate in the play. Don't get wrapped up in the fear. The event is allowing you to shed away all those things, those masks that you've put on over your lifetime. The boxes that you've stuffed things in because you didn't want to deal with them, or you didn't want to allow it to hold you back. Well, it really is. It's like shackles holding you back, and you're dragging it, and you're dragging it, and you're dragging it. And how great it would be to be able to just release that. So this is your purpose. It's to expand. This is what the event is all about. however you're experiencing it or feel a lack of experiencing it is all about your vibration. It's all about the frequency that you hold. It's all about your willingness to let go and your willingness to shift. And so I would say choose love. Do you guys have anything in closing to share on that?
Sure, I'll go ahead and then Penny can share. I just want to say that in response to some of the things that Stacie was talking about with some of the physical symptoms that we might be experiencing through this ascension process, yes, please listen to your body. Your body holds so many answers for you. And many times we neglect our bodies and then it has to manifest in some way. So if you start feeling aches and pains in your hips or your elbows or your wrists, ask that part of the body, what are you trying to tell me? What can I learn from you? And just because we're in this time and day and age, I have to say, see the doctor if you feel like that's important. I'm not trying to say don't go to the doctor, but what I'm trying to say is tune into your body. It holds so many answers. And also about the food. No, not everyone needs to go vegan or vegetarian. That doesn't work for everyone at this time. But do realize that if you do feel some resonance with the pain the animals are experiencing by being raped, by being murdered, then tune in to that and find out why you're feeling that. Because that's what happened to me last year. I realized, why am I eating this chicken that was murdered against its will? And people can say, well, they're here for us to eat. Well, I'm sorry, but that's not necessarily all the way true. And everyone's on their different paths, and they're in different places, and that's fine. And I respect everyone and where they're at. And in no way do I ever want anyone to feel bad about what they're doing. But tune in to the energy frequency, because energy is never destroyed. It is only transferred. Einstein. And that means that when those animals were killed and slaughtered against their will, the terror that they had and the way they felt, that goes into your body when you consume that. That egg that you may have consumed, that egg was stolen from that hen. It didn't want its egg to be taken. That cow that has to be raped, they shove bull semen up the rear end of the cow to keep the cow impregnated constantly. And then once she has her babies, they rip away her babies and they cry for weeks. I'm holding back, almost crying right now, because it hurts me so badly to know that a soul, they're a soul, they are a soul. Would you, and I'm not going to go too much further on this, but think about this. Do you have a cat? Do you have a dog? Would you kill your cat or dog to be eaten? No. But do they do that in other parts of the world? Yes, they do. So think about it. Was this a man-made creation to think that we need it to do this? Think about that. And then I invite you to do the 7-day vegan challenge if you so feel wish to check it out. And guess what? There's amazing food opportunities and you feel like you're eating meat, but it's not. It's all plant-based. It's amazing. So anyways, many blessings to you. And if you want to connect with me, I'm at serenaanderson.com, and Stacie, again, thank you so much for putting this together and allowing me to be on this panel. Namaste.
Absolutely. Thank you. How about you, Penny?
The first thing that came to mind for me, mine's a little bit, when we talk about food, I've always told Stacie, the one thing I keep praying for is, God, don't tell me not to have coffee. Because I have my spirit speak to me about, like, you need to start thinking about what you're putting in there. You know, and I was just like, just don't take my coffee. I was like, you can take my dairy, you can take my gluten, but don't take my coffee. But two, kind of what Sarah was talking about, you know, if you're one of those people and you heard that and you didn't care, you need to question where your vibration is. And part of the way too is if you feel like you don't care about other people, you don't care about animals or the way you treat nature, I'd have to say you're probably vibrating at a low vibration, and that's not why you're here. You came here, your lowest vibration is here, but it came here to learn and to rise and to ascend. You know, so I hope if you're watching this that something's calling to you that says, my vibration is not where it should be. I want to rise. I want to be closer to God. And if you want to be closer to God, Spirit, Source, you have to raise that vibration. This wave is going to help you raise that vibration if you allow it into you. And just briefly, again, it's kind of off on the side. But again, you know, some people are really questioning, you know, like speaking to spirits, you know, is it okay? Can I do it? Should we do it? And like I told Stacie many times, you know, when we think about Jesus and God and the Holy Spirit, you worship Spirit. And Jesus spoke to Spirit all the time. You know, and like I keep saying, if God and Jesus can speak to Spirit, and it's okay, then it's okay for you to, by all means. You know, Jesus raised the dead, he spoke to Spirit, he spoke to ghosts. It's okay. This is natural. These are the things that you worship in Christianity, if you're a Christian, you know. You are actually worshiping people who speak to Spirit. So don't think that psychics and awakening and people who are awakened are evil or bad. We're not. Otherwise, you're saying Jesus and God are bad because they're Spirit, and we're speaking to them. So that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Just think about that. You know, and two, that just know that, you know, you have a Spirit team who's waiting to meet you, working on for your benefit every day. Because they also want to see your vibration raise so that you can be closer to God and be the best version of you. So I guess for me, I'm just going to wrap it up to just thinking, you know, think about where you're at vibrationally, and that will affect how the wave affects you too. I mean, I really hope to God, you know, that it affects you in the best way possible. I mean, and you know, I'm at a higher vibration and I am experiencing pain. But that's because I'm not perfect. I have things that need to release still, and so do you. Not one of us is perfect or anything that's special about us. You know, it's just we all have pain, and it's gonna, you know, let it out. Don't keep it in; it'll make you sick. You know, so right now my back is hurting, so I gotta figure out, you know, body, what are you trying to tell me? You know, and is there something in there that needs out? And vibrational wave help it come out.
Absolutely. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Serena. Wow. I love it. It's hopefully that you all have gotten something new, a new perspective today, an eye-opening awakening, if you will, today during our call. If you're experiencing anxiety, which this can cause anxiety if you've gone through a near-death experience and you're experiencing things you don't understand, that can cause anxiety. There's a lot of things in life that can cause anxiety. I created a free ebook I'm gifting. If you would like to receive this ebook, it's 5 easy techniques to relieving anxiety. You can visit my website at www.stacieoverman.com, and that is spelled STACIEOVERMAN.com. You can receive that. I would love to gift that to you. And yeah, if you're not a part of my tribe in a Facebook group that I have, Spiritual Awakening for Near-Death Experiencers, again, you don't have to have had a near-death experience. You can have experienced really traumatic things in life. Many of us, if you're watching this video, probably have. You have been awakened, you're researching, you're looking, you're trying to find where you fit. Join us, join us. All of those links will be down below. Would love to have you a part of our tribe. And so I guess in that note, just go within, Go within, fall into that heart space. It is all about love. It is not about fear. It is all about making yourself the best person that you came here to be and find that true authentic self. And so that you can experience this play, if you will. You can experience this pathway to enlightenment, right? This event. It is happening, and it is happening as we speak. So I hope that this finds you well. Angel kisses to each of you. And namaste. I hope that you'll reach out and share your story, share what's happening with you. And I love to hear them. I try to get back to each and every one of your comments. And so share the video, share this so that other people can realize what's happening and what's going on. So thank you, ladies, again. Serena, awesome time being with you. Penny, always a pleasure. Super excited that I got to introduce you guys to the world in a different aspect on my wave. And until next time, have a great day.
Bye.
Huh?